Hello everyone, this is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for October 19th to the 25th of 2025. So here we go. Mercury enters its pre-shadow activations and starts stirring things up for review. And with Mars, our kickoff, Monday the 20th, is kind of special. Normal is they hit it once, retrograde, hit it twice, go direct, and hit it a third time. But because of their various speeds and catching Mars right on the cusp there, it's hitting Scorpio this day, October 20th, to initiate a new cycle of ideas based on who you are and what you want in that evolution. But then it's going to retrograde, go back to Sag, and Mars is going to move on from Scorpio to Sag. So there's something that we're doing in this zone that needs a little reset around our consciousness in order to conceive the new desires and aspirations and things that you want to go after or choices you want to make. So this is kind of deep, and we're going to get 2 chances at this in both departments. So that's another thing. There's a little bit of an initiation in both your Scorpio and Sag for new ideas. So deep breath. Before delving into this energy, I want to share 2 important points. First, when Mercury is at play, the energy moves swiftly. Second, Mars, your lower will compared to Pluto's higher will, reminds us that along with power comes great responsibility. Now, with that in mind, the positive essence of this energy allows you to steer your mind with passion, yielding tangible outcomes. This sharpens your intellectual prowess and mental capacity for better or worse. You may find clarity in articulating certain thoughts, and you may experience quick, effective responses. When integrity is upheld, it becomes an opportune moment to fuel significant creative expression. However, this energy's negative manifestation might steer you toward pettiness and needless conflict, engaging in ego-driven dramas, squandering precious time and energy. Furthermore, if this negativity does not originate from within, it is just as possible to encounter it from external sources. So if it's not you, it could be somebody else. It is an optimal period to infuse your thoughts, ideas, and words with the passionate energy of Mars and use Mercury's communicative power to foster creativity and facilitate shifts in consciousness. Their convergence brings about an energy exchange, igniting each other and initiating a new 2-year cycle of creativity. Then Tuesday the 21st, we have our Libra new moon, which is an excellent time to set your intentions for restored balance within your own being, enabling healthier relationships naturally. Keep in mind that you will always attract your own vibrational match. So how's your vibe these days? Inviting and welcoming, or guarded and suspicious? This is the month to set intentions around conscious equal partnership, whether public or private, short-term or long-term. Balance is the key. This is the month to honor the scales that we must weigh our personal progress against our obvious manifestations in relationships or resources for better or worse. It's time to assess the strength and value of each one by one, and what kind of time, energy, and resources you have and are willing to invest further with this person, situation, or agreement. Soulful kinship and a sense of belonging are vital for most humans, and we need to cultivate that more than ever these days. In our primary partnerships, we can practice renegotiating as we go at regular intervals, and I highly recommend that you do because it keeps everyone on the same page. We can be part of something without being burdened by it. We can have soulful connections without losing ourselves. We can still love each other, even if and when we disagree. It's time to define your individual terms and start renegotiating with those who matter, while releasing those people, situations, or agreements which are no longer relevant or useful. Okay, this is a big assessment point annually. If you do it annually, it becomes a practice of restoring balance, which theoretically we should be doing semi-annually in spring and fall. And of course, daily, weekly, monthly, in between. Now, Wednesday the 22nd, Neptune is retrograde, re-entering Pisces. Saturn's already there, now Neptune joins them until January 26th. This is the last time for 165 years that Neptune will be at the final degrees in the final sign, dissolving the past once and for all. Where the moon represents the individual womb energy, Neptune represents the collective womb experience on a much higher level. So as a whole, we are all returning to the womb at this time, essentially preparing for yet another rebirth. It's not going to be as tangible as some would prefer. From Neptune comes all things formless, but very, very real. Subconscious, dreams, magic, music, art, etc. While the womb was the source of nourishment and protection at one time, we annually renew that connection through the Neptune retrograde. It's time to check in on the relationship between your spirit and your human form. Every year we are supported to renew that which supports us on a spiritual level. It is where you need to return periodically for strength, nourishment, and wisdom. The more regularly you are able to do this, the stronger the connection to your spirit and true purpose. So it's already backwards, but it's dipping back into Pisces for some completion work. It'll be retrograde until December 10th, and its primary goal during this process is to gently dissolve personal boundaries and remind you that you are an eternal spirit in a temporary form. You start to realize that you are connected to the whole. Not a bad idea, but to some it can be unsettling if they are rigidly holding on to the boundaries of a false sense of security. Where you might pursue your dreams and visions when it's direct, when it's retrograding, be creative. Read, write, sing, dance in private for your own pure joy and delight, as well as for cleansing and releasing purposes. I should say cleansing, healing, and releasing purposes. In addition to dreaming for the community, dream for your deepest soul self as well. Connect to that original intent, that original person you were born to be before you were imprinted by your family, culture, or environment. Original intent. When you can, over the next 2 months, take some time to get back to your center and renew your connection to Great Spirit as well. That's what this energy is best for. And we already heard that in the last week or two from Uranus and Pluto, the change agents, asking us to get back to our original blueprint as well. Mercury retrograding is trying to help us get back to the original blueprint as well. There's a lot going on this month. Then we jump to Friday the 24th when Sun will square off with Pluto. This is a challenge to grow out of your comfort zone and into new territory. That said, with Pluto in Aquarius, 2024 to 44, twice a year for the next 20 years, when the Sun is in Taurus late spring and Scorpio late fall, we will get an opportunity to grow and change in the self-value and self-worth departments, as well as our individuality within the community where we make our unique contribution. Pluto is transforming all of that, and we are only at the beginning of a process of personal evolution that is great to co-create with biannually, twice a year. In this case, and during these years, we are literally changing how we do all of this. Sun helps us clarify, and when working with Pluto, it is usually what is not working, what has run its course and is ready to be composted into new life, new growth, and a new direction for self. Pluto is the purifier, distilling things back to their true and original essence. Fight that, and it can be painful. Work with it consciously and it can be transformative and will heal at the deepest root of any challenge. You can use this activation to honor that which has become obvious or is highlighted in the here and now and purge or purify this energy. You are deeply supported for releasing old patterns and setting new conscious practices into action. Tie up any loose ends, close multiple chapters, mourn if you must, and move on. As you do that, you will feel lighter and brighter and more grounded in your true self, your evolved self. Ashe, deep breath. So this is you, the individual, changing something to facilitate a deeper connection with your own soul, that your soul gets a voice and a vote during this changing time. It's a lot, but it's also annual. Like I said in there, twice a year, we get to shift something really strong. And it used to be Cancer, Capricorn, and Aries, Libra. So it was the Aries, Libra zones where we were growing out of our comfort zone for the last 16 years. But now it's Taurus, Scorpio. So just be mindful of how that shifts with the big boys. Same day, the 24th, Mercury trines Jupiter for the first of 3 times. Like I said, this is the month and this is the week for sure where the pre-shadow activations happen before it actually goes retrograde, and it happens again. And then it goes direct and hits it for the 3rd time. So we're going to get 3 chances at this same exact energy. So we're recalibrating in this zone between our Scorpio and Cancer department here. So it's going to trine Jupiter this week, October 24th, again November 22nd, and the final hit will be December 6th. So again, sort of pay attention to the evolution. Especially with Mercury, the first hit usually opens up the dialogue. It activates whatever's coming into your conscious awareness to be changed, to evolve, to be reviewed and revised and rebirthed on some level. And then when it retrogrades, we usually have some kind of interruption or blockage of the flow. So we have to stop and pause and look at what we're doing so we can shift some things for when it goes direct and forward movement resumes. This energetic phase offers a splendid opportunity to broaden your horizons, delve into new learning endeavors, or enroll in a class or workshop. Yeah, this is Mercury, your thinking and mind and learning, and Jupiter is education and consciousness and expansion of your awareness. It's deep. We love when these two get together, and the trine is ease and grace. So this is good, but what are you learning? Where's the lesson right now? And where's the lesson coming that has to do with expanding your thinking versus contracting and pulling inward? Think about that too. It is a moment to lay the groundwork for future plans and begin organizing your aspirations. However, you might find yourself feeling less tethered to discipline and more drawn to creative impulses. While this creative surge at the outset is beneficial, eventually focus and discipline becomes essential to anchor your blossoming ideas, thoughts, or concepts into reality. If you remain self-aware, awake, and attentive, you will be able to naturally discern, see, and seize the opportunities as they present themselves. What might seem like luck is truly a reflection of your inner alignment with the universal forces, your presence within your own body, a positive mindset, and ultimately, trust in your own instincts. Remember, it's about practice. Perfection is not the goal. Cultivating optimism and perceiving opportunities in every experience act as magnets for positivity while naturally repelling negativity, steering you toward your desired destination. Seize this auspicious energy to forge connections that align with your current aspirations and intentions in life. Ashe. So expand the vision, expand your ideas, play with them. Don't release them yet because there is a retrograde, and so you need to work behind the scenes to get them ready. And it has to do with what you believe to be true or possible when Jupiter's involved. So don't limit your ideas, right? If Jupiter's here on a trine with some ease and grace, it means expand all that. Expand all those ideas so that you can go to the next level and express at a higher level. The next day is Saturday the 25th when it trines Saturn. So this is juicy. Still in the water realms, Scorpio to Pisces, Scorpio to Cancer. So all three water signs are activated here too. That's pretty powerful. The first hit is this week on October 25th. Second hit will be November 22nd. And the final hit will be December 7th. So very close to the same exact days with Jupiter and Saturn. So truth and purpose. Expand and consolidate. Explore the possibilities, but then take those steps that are necessary to manifest those possibilities, right? So they're working in tandem, and there's something that has to shift in our thinking in order for us to manifest going forward at the end of the year, beginning of the new year. But Mercury trine Saturn, this energy is good for deep thinking. You are sharp and your standards are high because you are in strategy mode. This is a more solitary energy though, so communications with others may be hampered a bit because it's time for you to hold your own at some new level. It's time to focus on the details that hold the big dream together, all the little things that make the grand vision work. Some respect that attention to detail, while others may consider it nitpicky, but it is what the energy supports at this time, so don't worry if others don't understand. By the same token, you may also feel a little overwhelmed by the many little things that cannot be denied or delayed, and thus a sense of urgency to get it all done. Beware of a tendency toward pessimism, depression, or overwhelm. Try to stay focused on all the blessings that you do have and all that you have accomplished instead of what's still on the list of things to do in life. This energy is not intended to make you feel bad about all the things left yet to do, but encourage you to begin the necessary steps for manifesting your dreams. This energy just makes you focus on the practical side of manifesting. Clear the debris and begin to lay a new, clean, solid foundation beneath your goals. Saturn gets you present to the necessary steps, and Mercury helps you think clearly. Deep breath. So we like this because it's actually hitting Jupiter first to expand the vision on how you would like to expand your thinking or ideas. And then it goes to Saturn to say, okay, how are we going to bring these into being or give them a container or protect them or some kind of way? Saturn is all about the structure and foundation and protection and boundaries, right? But thus begins the pre-shadow period of the Mercury retrograde through Scorpio Sag. So either way, it's still going to be very deep, raw truth, things coming into your conscious awareness that maybe have been a little suppressed or set to the side. It's all good, but you're going to have to slow down to process, to accommodate the awakening or the awareness that is shifting at this time. And of course, join us when and where you can. Reach out directly when you need to. Remember that the relevant reflections and upcoming events are all listed in the monthly missive, and that almost all of my blogs have the links that I refer to along the way. You can find anything you're looking for on my blog. So check in there when you need to, reach out when you need to, and have a fantastic week. This is Kelly signing off.